And this was the Hornets pulling into the arena. A lot of the guys dressed in their very best. Now they turn their attention toward picking up a win in enemy territory. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And we're pleased to have on the sidelines tonight David Aldridge. So let's take a look at the Charlotte starting lineup. Nick Richards out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then there's Cam Johnson. Then there's Hayes. And it's George in at the 2 guard. And for the Rockets, the pairing up front, Smith and Şengün. Jones is out there with Jalen Green. So off the tip at Charlotte. It is still early in the season, Greg. You'd like to think we have teams figured out, but do we really?
Not at all, Kevin. This is the time period where fan bases freak out because of record. There's still a lot of identity to be found with every team.
With some arc, he takes it up and lays it in.
And that floater is a skill that Green continues to hone in on.
Harris against Jones. Knocked loose. Harris kicks to George. Shot clock at 6. Charlotte needs to get a shot. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Richards no good.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively. Now here is Smith playing Oklahoma City. He was nearly unstoppable. On the basket by Jones.
A whole selfless play right there from Green. He's all about getting it to the open man.
Here's Harris. And Jones pulls it down. For the Houston Rockets, they won their last contest in that game against Oklahoma City. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on George.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Houston shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line. About 79% of their free throws.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off. That one misses. And from undrafted in 2016, Doris, Dorian Finney-Smith, now a player that every team in the league would covet.
Well, this is a long wing defender, Kevin, and he's now made himself legit as a 3-and-D prototypical player. And he stayed at it, earned the rewards, and now says, my mom can finally put her feet up. I have made it.
And so it's Houston with it, following the bucket by the Hornets. It's good.
And right out of the gates, they are locked and loaded. 3 straight scores early.
And the Hornets with possession here. Trailing by 4. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
They just got overwhelmed. We knew that game was going to be a tough one for them, and we were right.
Sometimes it's about the talent disparity, and it would have taken a massive effort for them to even be competitive, and it was nothing close to that.
And here's Johnson outside. Rockets with the rebound. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
And I think it was clear that their plan was to attack from the three-point line, and it worked to perfection.
It's stolen by Jones. Shot from 12. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul.
And we've seen some great scorers come into the league, but Green looks elite. Both the physical gifts and that fearless approach.
Hornets trail by 8. Here's Harris. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. Here's Green. And a missed late. And here's George. He'll bring it up to the Charlotte Hornets. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Rockets.
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
Now here's Green, another key contributor in that nice win against Oklahoma City. Sinks the triple.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first.
And with their offense sputtering, coaches got to get them back on track.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
Harris against Jones. Here's Finney-Smith. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
Well, this is where Dorian Finney-Smith has really come such a long way. What a transformation to a real threat beyond the arc.
Now here's Jones. He has 5. Smith inside, guarded by Harris, and it's Smith missing.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Johnson, good.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Jones, the pass to Şengün. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. With a break in the action, we go to the 2K leaderboard. See the teams that excelled at slowing the pace down a campaign ago. The Rockets 4th.
I mean, they held opponents to so few points that it allowed them to win games even when their offense wasn't clicking.
Harris's shot is off.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if he can get an easy opportunity.
Houston ball.
Jones against Harris. And there's the pass to Green. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Green's got 7 points in the game.
Well, efficiency is everything, right? So far in this one, this guy has been on the money.
Harris kicks to George. And it's off from three-point range. Rockets leading by 5. Here's Green, rejected by Harris. Johnson in the corner. Back to Harris. He hits that shot, his first of the night, now 1 for 6.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Green against George. Paul George with the steal. Here's Harris. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Now let's take a moment to check out the stats for Green. Good season for him last year. He averaged about 23 points per, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. Even if you key in on him all game, he still finds a way to get his numbers.
Right, the skill, the awareness, the physical ability, it's all there, and that's what makes this guy so hard to check.
From outside, off the mark. Charlotte trailing. Harris with it. Now Smith defending. It's stolen by Smith. And again, the turnover by the Rockets. Vucevic checked in for Alperen Şengün. Charlotte has gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. George passes to Harris. It's rebounded by Houston. This their first chance this season playing Charlotte.
Yeah, and they swept this matchup the 2 times they played last year. They held the advantage on paper and on the court.
Well, a year ago, there was a big gap in talent between the two teams. But changes are always made, and we'll see how they match up this time around.
Now here is Harris. Last time out, he had 44 points. Back to Finney-Smith. Just 5 on the clock. A nice shot by George.
Well, that's just a good possession. Dorian Finney-Smith moving the ball. He's been working on that aspect of his game.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. And you look at Paul George, Doris. He really fits any system you can think of.
Kevin, that's about 2 things, the skill set and the mindset. If you need him to take over, he can change and get that line of thinking in his mind. You want him to play a secondary role, he can adjust there mentally as well.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Jones checked in for Nick Richards. Whitmore comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Oubre subbed in for Cameron Johnson. Now here's Porter. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Martin against George. Over Martin. And it's George missing. Houston's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Here's Eason. And Jones sends it back. Oubre passes to Harris. Vucevic with the block.
Boy, when Vucevic is in that area, he's capable of sending it back.
On defense, the Rockets trailing by 2. And it's Whitmore missing.
Terrific closeout there to challenge the 3.
It may be the hardest thing to do in basketball. Close under control, and he's more than up to the task.
Now here is Harris. He's got 6, and slam dunk by Harris.
That's a finish he'll be bragging about for a while.
As he should. Very impressive.
How about that from your point guard, gentlemen? Playing big at the rim, okay?
Here is Porter. Still scoreless. Rejected by Harris. And he gets it back. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. That's a foul on Charlotte. It's his first trip to the line.
Well, Nikola Vucevic is a capable back-to-the-basket scorer, and he plays with tremendous confidence, guys.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
It's deflected, and it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here.
Charlotte ball.
Harris looking it over Porter.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Pass to Jones. Plays it up off the glass. Jones has got it all tied up now for Houston.
And how about Porter Jr.'s court awareness? Excellent job finding the open man with the pass. Here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim. And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. No good on that one. Excellent D that time from Jones. Harris outside. Pass to Oubre. Pocket 6. Over Jones. Oubre can't get it to go.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Eason. And it's Whitmore with the rebound. Charlotte shooting just 35% to start the game. For 3, Oubre drains the three-pointer. And the Hornets lead by 5.
Well, you have to respect how fast Kelly Oubre gets his shot off in catch-and-shoot situations.
Near the three-point line, it's Porter. The Rockets with another miss.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
And so it's Oubre with it. He brings it up for the Hornets. And that one's good. Whitmore.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Harris against Porter. Here's Jones. And the shot goes in. Jones has got his second basket of the game.
As he's gotten older, we've seen KPJ become a willing passer.
Here's Harris. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
Porter inside. Harris is there.
He's missed everything he's taken in this quarter, and it's making it very difficult for them to come back.
To the paint. It's stolen by Vucevic. Porter looking it over. Takes it inside. Eason gets a wide open look. And the three ball is good.
And that's exactly what he's looking for. Draining the triple.
Here's Harris. No good there off the double clutch.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out front.
Jones dishes to Porter. 36 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Jones. And Jones sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones.
On the floor for the away team. Substitution on the court.
And so here is Houston. It's a 10-point game. The pairing up front, Smith and Şengün. Green is out there with Trey Jones. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Now here is Harris. He's got 12. Over Jones. Harris, no good.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you very much. Jalen Green is trying to reach his potential as a star in this league. He says things are starting to slow down for me. I'm recognizing the game a lot more and understanding what my role is. I'm locked in, and hopefully I'll give my team a chance to win and just take my game to another level, becoming a lot more efficient and aggressive. Kevin, back to you.
All right. Thanks, D.A. And the dunk by Smith.
And with his length, Smith can have a huge impact on the boards. He's got sneaky hops, and he's got great quicks off the bounce there to help on those follow-ups.
Now here is Harris. Six to shoot. Here's Sykes. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Jones against Harris. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The league is now, Greg, on any given night, we sometimes see a team fall flat. Is it just luck of the draw?
Sometimes players are tired, and sometimes they relax. You know, this is why leadership is so vital. Setting that standard for others to follow. Yeah, this is not about charity, folks. That's his.
And so it's Charlotte with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And we've got more in 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
He goes at defenders. He is bound to get
Jones checked in for Houston. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Harris is checked in. On the court for the Hornets, they've got Paul George. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Johnson. Then it's Nick Richards. And it's Harris in at the point guard position. Green against George. Elbow shot is on the way, and it's Green missing.
I'll tell you, this guy is doing absolutely everything he can to get himself going, but the team is struggling because he's struggling.
Johnson left side. Nice pass in here by Shaw.
Assisted by.
Oh, nice work finding the open man by George. Plays like this prove he's a team player.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. Jones with it. Picked up by Harris. Şengün, no good. Hornets leading by 8. Oh, that's blocked. He's guarded by Johnson. Jones, no one around him. Here's Şengün, and it's blocked.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless with their first 5 attempts.
And slam dunk by Harris.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
They get it again.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Outside for George. Back to Harris. It's George on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A 3 ball. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Richards got the lead up to 12 now for the Hornets.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Harris against Jones. Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. Coming off a terrific season. He averaged 22 points per game last season, 5 assists and 5 rebounds. And it nice to be able to bring someone with his defensive skill set off the bench.
I think, in fact, to win a championship, you usually need a guy like this on your roster.
Bangs home the trifecta. Green's got 18 points.
Green knows that he needs to take and make threes at a good clip. Nice shot there.
Here's Harris. Basket good. And the Hornets lead by 11.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Green against George. Cloak loose. And here we go. Harris heading to the hoop. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got his 5th assist in this one. And it's Jones with the ball for the Houston Rockets. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington, where they'll face the Wizards. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Timeout called, the Rockets.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Just feels like the basket is looking awfully small to them right now. They're having a hard time getting anything to fall.
While we have a chance, let's take a look at the teams that led the NBA in rebounding last season. In second, the Rockets.
Boy, their rebounding last year was phenomenal. Great fundamentals, aggressive to the ball. That helped them pull down a lot of second chances.
And George kicks to Harris. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got 7 rebounds in the game. To the middle. George against Green. Passes it to Harris. At the elbow, it's George. Just 5 to shoot. Out to Harris. Launches a 3. Kept alive by Charlotte. On the wing, George. Another shot. And that's 2 points on the layup. George has got 7.
Yeah, I love the way Paul George fights for position on the interior.
Jones looking for an opening. He dishes it to Smith. Kicks it out to Jones. Offensive rebound. Şengün. And the turnover again by Houston.
Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
Here's Charlotte. They're on a 12-3 run. Cuts off the pass. Covered by Johnson. Here's Green. Bucket is good. Green's got 5 points in the quarter.
Oh, how about the body control from Green? Coming in handy there.
Jones against Harris. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Jabari Smith picks one up. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Charlotte.
Guys, the D hasn't had an answer for the three-point shooting, which is why they continue to just fire away from deep.
The other thing that's been impressive is really just relentless driving the basketball. Doesn't matter if the defense is there. They are challenging them and getting it done.
Yep, that one goes in there. Harris has got 11 in the second half.
Excellent read by Finney-Smith. Boy, has he improved his passing ability.
Lets it go from 11, and the shot is long.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Down low. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
George passes. To Harris. Charlotte moving the ball around. George against Green. A nice shot by George.
Paul George just so fluid offensively. What a pretty move right there.
Rockets trail by 14. To the middle. Here's Smith. And Smith with the stop.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Harris inside, defended by Jones, and the jam by Harris.
And this sort of awesome. dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Now a timeout called by Houston. Nice game, great performance by Harris.
This is a timely timeout because this guy is hurting them. They've got to figure it out.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Vucevic checked in for Sengun.
Substitution on the court.
And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the flow.
Now here is Harris. That one goes in. Harris has got 15 points in just the second half.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
So it's the Charlotte Hornets in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We'll return shortly. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. The pairing up front, Smith and Sengun. Jones is out there with Jalen Green. And it's Eason in at the three. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Houston Rockets. Trailing by 19. And there's the foul. It's on Trey Jones. That will be foul number 5 on him. Jones against Harris. Johnson outside. Shoots the three. It's rebounded by Houston. Smith's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. From deep, Green. Johnson with the rebound. Hornets leading by 19. The pass to Richards. Sengun against Harris. In the corner, Finney-Smith with it. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Here's Jones. The rebound by Richards. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Oubre finds Harris. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. The offensive rebound, Richards. Missed inside. The Rockets shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. And the dunk by Eason.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Oubre outside. Out to Harris. 6 on the shot clock. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
No good on that one. We love the fact that the NBA is constantly evolving. Greg, what have you thought of the recent schedule adjustments?
I think the league's done a great job cutting down on the back-to-backs. And also, I like these 2-game, like baseball-style series we've seen. Limiting travel helps big time.
Harris passes to Finney-Smith. Harris outside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's good from Harris. Charlotte making a switch here. George is checked in, and Harris drops them both. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. To the inside, and finished off by Finney Smith.
Yeah, Dorian Finney-Smith has the ability athletically to finish near the cup, and he does so there.
There's Green with the 3. The Rockets with another miss.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
Here's Harris. Kicks it out to Johnson. It's stolen by Smith. And here comes Smith leading the fast break. Here's Eason. And it's sent back by George. Up top, Şengün. Defended by Richards. Another miss by Houston.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Harris's shot is good.
Well, you love his effort level, right? Particularly when it's winning time. He is going for the finish.
Eason against George. Şengün, it's deflected.
I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
Count the basket.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Rejected by Harris. They get it back. Şengün with the bucket.
Well, you have to be cognizant of where people are when the shot goes up. Defenders not blocking out in that instance.
Pulls up. High post. The Rockets pull it in. Smith's got 11 rebounds in the game. Outside, Green. They get the rebound. Şengün. Some solid defense from Harris.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
There's Green with the 3. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Yeah, just a fantastic job to stay with the play and just not give up. Excellent effort on the offensive backboard.
Green against Harris. And again, the Hornets missing.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Shot from 16. That one rolling around and rims out. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Count it. Harris has got 7 now in this quarter. And so here is Houston. And here is Green. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. What do you think of the league's most recent CBA, Greg, that 7-year deal just signed?
Well, Kevin, the NBA...
Substitution on the court.
Vucevic finds Martin. Here's Green. Fires the 3. Drills it from outside. Green's got 29 in the game.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
P.J. Martin. First personal
And here's the upcoming schedule for Charlotte. On Wednesday, they'll go back home and will be hosting the Orlando Magic.
Harris taking 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And Greg, while the commissioner might not like player trade requests, Kevin Durant said it's great for the league for players to have that leverage. Where do you stand?
Well, I wouldn't go that far. The main thing is trying to keep those requests in-house. Otherwise, it can be deflating for fans.
Well, Vucevic has got a number of moves he can go to. So comfortable this close to the cup.
Harris with it. Jones covering. And Jones sends it back. And he recovers it. The Rockets shooting only 35% in the fourth quarter. The offense looking a little rickety. Pass to Green. Out to Smith. 5 on the clock. The second chance effort. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got rebound number 8 now on the night. The dish to Johnson. George against Green. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Well, Paul George is a difficult defensive assignment precisely for this reason. He's going to force you into contact.
Houston making a switch. Martin's checked in. The Hornets also with a sub. Jones checked in for Nick Richards. Rocket shooting struggles apparent. 37% from the field. From deep, Green. Paul George grabs the miss. George has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Harris, no good. Smith with it, picked up by Harris. Vucevic trying to get open. He can't get that one. Johnson with the defensive effort. Here's Harris, and it's blocked. Martin with it. To the paint. Paul George with the steal. It's rebounded by Houston.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Harris kicks to Finney Smith. Back to Harris.
2 minutes.
Over Martin. Harris's shot is off.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
Well, he sees the play developing, takes care of his responsibility. Just terrific job defensively.
And, you know, the more you watch Smith, the more you marvel at his feel for the game.
Harris with it. And it's Martin picking him up.
Boy, nice defensive play. Altered the shot, then stayed right there to clean up the glass.
They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Harris. And the rejection by Smith.
How about the reach and reaction by Smith Jr. to get his hand up and just disrupt that play? Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Hornets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, but an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them.
Oh, please.
Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Knocked away and stolen by Harris. The 3 doesn't get it to drop for him.
He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going. That outside shot is simply not there.
There's Porter with the 3. The rebound by Richards.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Harris inside the line. Gets an open look and hits. Harris has got 40 points.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
And the turnover again by Houston.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the 4th. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Martin inside. Johnson on him, and it's Martin missing. Now, here is George, covered by Martin. Here's Harris. Richards passes to Finney Smith. Harris inside the line. Can't get it to fall. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they control the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Alden, this is Kevin Harlan along.